Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Blind Chef. I'm Andres, and today we're gonna make pork chops and a white wine and vinegar sauce with roasted potatoes. Alright, and then string beans, mushrooms, and prosciutto. So I'm gonna make the potatoes first because that takes a while, you know, to bake, to cook. And I'm gonna put that in the oven about 400 degrees, and that'll take about 20 minutes to a half hour. So as you see, I'm making the potatoes, and these potatoes, folks, they have the skin is really small. I mean, very thin. Excuse me. So I like the skin. So we're gonna just cut them up in small pieces, put them in this dish here, and I'm gonna sprinkle it with some salt and some pepper. All right. And again, I have to do this really quick because my son Jeremy keeps telling me, Dad, you only have 15-20 minutes. So this has to be done real quick because people's attention span is not there. So salt and pepper, a little bit of olive oil. My wife tells me instead of blood, I have olive oil in my body because I'm Mediterranean. So we have that there. And of course, we're gonna put some fresh rosemary. Oh yeah. That is the oven telling me that the temperature is ready for me to put these babies in there. All right. Maybe a little bit more rosemary. Oh my God. This is live TV. And this is what happens when you cook with The Blind Chef. Everything goes flying everywhere. Okay, we don't want to spill the olive oil. Oh no, don't do that. That's a mistake. Okay, back up, Jeremy, so I can throw these babies in this pan here that already have some olive oil in it. Okay, already. And I might have to put a little bit more seasoning in there, but I just want to get these babies started in the oven. Okay, they go in the oven, 40, maybe a half hour. Now we're gonna get started with the pork chops. The pork chops, actually, they've been sitting there for about 10-15 minutes, and I've been just put a little bit of olive oil here, not too much because the pork chops, we don't want to make it greasy. And the pork chops, I put some salt and pepper already ahead of time, right? And this other pan here, I'm putting some more olive oil because here we're going to put the prosciutto. So, okay. So, back here we have the string beans going because I want to boil them. So I got to keep my eye on that. Yeah, that's funny. A blind chef keeping his eye on the food, right? All right, so we have the pork chops, the oil getting for the pork chops, getting ready. And I'm looking for my knife. Oh, well. You know what? I'm going to have to use another knife. Okay, a bigger knife. So, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put the pork chops there at a high flame because we do want to make them a little slightly brown. Okay? While that's cooking, I'm going to chop up some garlic. Actually, the garlic you're not going to chop up for this dish. For this dish, you are going to slice the garlic. So, we're going to slice the garlic. I would say maybe 8 cloves. We're chopping up the garlic. Slicing them, excuse me. Slicing the garlic. Oh, nice and thin. I think I already did probably 4. 5. 6. Now you might say, oh, it's a lot of garlic. I know, but you know what? I like my spicy. And remember, we're cooking 4 pork chops, okay? Now, while those pork chops are going, I have to come over and flip those babies around. Sure that well, they can go a little longer, but these are kind of thick pork chops. They're not very thin. So the garlic's already sliced, and the onions, you want to make slices also with the onion. Okay, and I'm saving a little bit of onion for my other dish over here side. And you want to kind of break up the onions this way. You want slices as well, because later on what we're going to do is we're going to put the onions and the garlic over the pork chops with the sauce. And we're going to put that over. There we go. Very nice. Okay. Now I'm checking out the string beans. See, now they got a little bit more to go. So while that's going, we're going to jump over here to this other dish. Turn on the fire. All right. We're going to get some more garlic. Now the chef is really fancy, because what he does now is I'm going to slice them with my fingers like this, see? Oh my God, he's going to cut himself. No, I'm not going to cut myself. I've been doing this for a long time. Oh, piece of garlic just went flying. And the photographer, guys, is my son Jeremy, who doesn't like to talk too much on camera. Right, Jeremy? Yeah, right, see? Good, my point. Doesn't like to talk too much. So, I'm chopping, oh well, big piece of garlic. That's alright, that's all gonna go in the sauce. You know what? And I'm doing this real quick because I'm against time, Alright, so this is why I'm doing this really frantically and really quickly. So I'm coming over here again and doing the same thing with the onions. I'm doing that, cutting up the onions. Always keep in mind of my pork chops, because I don't want them to burn, right? So with that, when that's going, I'm going to jump over here and we're going to do the prosciutto. Prosciutto is Italian and it's like a ham. Actually, I'm supposed to be cutting this with a knife, but I'm breaking it up in small pieces with the garlic and the onions in there. And sometimes what I do is I have this already done, so ahead of time. But again, I only have 15 minutes to work with, or 20 minutes or so. So we're going to keep putting some of the prosciutto in there. Well, since I have this little cut, things will be a little easier. So we have the prosciutto here going, and there we go. The pork chops are looking nicely, real nice. There we go. A little bit more prosciutto in there. Now, while that's cooking, we're going to take the pork chops out, turn the fire down a little bit, so the pork chops are going to go back in the fire. Okay, and we're going to now put in the garlic. And the onions that we sliced before. I'm going to stir that around. Come over here to the prosciutto, make sure that doesn't turn the fire down because we don't want that cooking too high. We're gonna come over, we're gonna get some mushrooms. And the mushrooms are gonna cook with the prosciutto. Okay, and we have to make sure that this doesn't burn the onions and the garlic. Well, we're putting the mushrooms in there with the prosciutto. This is beginning to smell good. Yes, indeed. Okay, so we're just cooking that. Mix this around. And now what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to get some paprika, Spanish paprika. So I can find a spoon here. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of paprika in there. We're going to stir that around. We're going to get some breadcrumbs. The bag is not cooperating. Come on. Oh. And I would say maybe a 1/4 cup, a 1/2 cup, more than looks like a 1/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Okay. And we're gonna stir that around. Some of the mushrooms and the prosciutto. Okay. And now we're gonna get some white wine. And you want to have a cup of white wine. You want to have also some balsamic vinegar as well. And I would add maybe a half a cup of balsamic vinegar, which gives it a lovely flavor to it. Okay. We're going to mix that around. Let that come to a boil. We're going to jump over here to the string beans, which I'm going to shut off. I think they're already boiling. I'm going to add some cold water to it. Let that get cold. Jeremy's stirring around the prosciutto and the mushroom for me so it doesn't get dry out. You don't want that. We're rinsing off the string beans and we're putting it in with the mushrooms and prosciutto. Oh yeah. Oh, sí, Dios mío. Okay. And we're gonna come over here, we're gonna look at the oven and make sure these potatoes are coming along. The potatoes need to be mixed around. Let me get a cup for my hands, a glove, a mitten. And I might want to add maybe a little bit more seasoning to these potatoes. How does that look, folks? Está bien. Okay. Let's see. Well, they got a ways to go. Okay. Now, we're coming over. What we're going to do is we're going to lower the flame for this sauce. And I would like to put some more wine in there. Don't want it to dry out. And then we put the pork chops back in. And now we put the pork chops in, all four of them. Yes, indeed. And what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to let this simmer. We're going to cover that. We're going to cover the pork chops. Let that simmer for a while. Or maybe let that simmer for another 15 minutes. We're going to come over here. We're going to look at the string beans and the prosciutto with the mushrooms. Okay. And I would like to add some salt and pepper to that. Okay. I think that's garlic powder. Okay. Give it flavor. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the refrigerator, and which I should have had ready before. Ha! Where is the chicken stock? No chicken stock! Oh boy. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Okay. No chicken stock. I gotta run over here to the pantry real quick and look for chicken stock. Here we go. A good chef always has to have chicken stock. And I'm gonna put just a little bit of chicken stock in the prosciutto. All right. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let that simmer as well, folks. Put the chicken broth in there. Maybe I should have told you a quarter cup, a half a cup. And now we're gonna let that simmer, and I wish I had a cover for that. With the cover, no cover. So we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be back in another minute or two. Hi guys, welcome back to the Blind Chef. So we let the pork chops simmer for the last 10 minutes or so. All right, on a medium flame. This is how they look like. Really great. We're gonna flip them over again, so this way they can get all the juices, the garlic and the onions and the white. Que rico, coño. All right, so we're gonna shut that off. We're coming over and we're taking a look at our prosciutto and string beans, mushrooms. Again, smells delicious. Okay, I must say myself. Shutting that off. And we're also going to shut off the potatoes. If Jeremy could be kindly enough to just hit the button off, the off button. We're going to take a quick look at that and see how that's coming along. Oh yes, look at that. All right, we can let them go a little longer, but we're running out of time again. I know time is a drag. So that's off, and what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to plate it and have you guys come back and let you check it out. Hi guys, welcome back. This is a finishing product. This is the roasted potatoes that we have here, and then we have the pork chops in the white wine sauce and vinegar. As next to it, we have the string beans with prosciutto and the mushrooms. All right. Again, thanks again for watching The Blind Chef. This is Andre. Until next time, bye.